Hey up, welcome to another episode of Talkin Shop with me, Cranebrain.
Well done. Make sure to like, comment and subscribe and let us know who you want on Talkin Shop next. Where is the crane?
It's in Libra at minute.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I parked it there. We took it, not yesterday, day before. Slight issue with it. The transfer boxes. Well, the PTO, is not engaging properly, so need to take it to Libra because they can't fix it side at road, basically. So it works but it just, it's an intermittent fault. Yeah. Maybe.
That's it, we'll get the Jaltest out. There you go. That was the plug. Yes, Aaron, that was the plug. There you go. 30 seconds in, we managed to get it up there. Yeah. But yeah, we do cranes.
I know, when I was speaking to you before about it, I was surprised actually because I thought it might have been just a truck.
Yeah. No,
so does it do cars
operators
as well?
Not Jaltest, but we Eclipse do software for cars.
Is it, right?
Yeah. This is more like heavy duty. Proper stuff. And to be fair, all the techs that we deal with, all our customers don't want to touch a car. Really? So, yeah. They don't really want to touch a car. So, but we have a dedicated tool for cars, so plug. Edis. That's my tea. Ben, can I have a little table or something? Because I can't reach my tea.
Honestly, it's like such a diva when I'm Can someone do...
Shanice, my makeup this time, I just think...
Have you had your makeup done?
No, not today.
Is that a day off?
Yeah. You don't think everyone?
Stand there and hold it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Could someone hold my tea?
I'll take a sip and then I'll tell you what. Would you mind
you could just hold it.
I mean, I could, but it's a bit hard at the minute. I'll tell you what, I'll reach back over
I don't trust you
when we're in
tea,
conversation.
Okay.
Yeah, so how much technical knowledge do you have of the whole engineering side there?
Me? Fucking none.
Nothing.
I can't literally...
So when you go, PTO isn't engaging, I'm like, he must be sort of clued up then, or is that just what the technicians told you?
On the cranes, basically, on the Libra, if you get an error code, you click F8 and it'll just tell you it.
All right.
It tells you kind of like its own thingy, but it doesn't give you... It'll give you like a short, brief description of it. Yeah. But it won't say that's it sort of thing. So then you'd like ring the mechanic or technician and be like, well, we're getting error code at EB 356, whatever
what
it
to
is.
expect by the time get there.
But yeah, my mechanical knowledge stretched to literally
that.
Yeah. I am literally struggle to change a light bulb sort of thing. I'm terrible at stuff like that. Mechanics is not my thing. Love to get into it. I'd absolutely love to be like get into mechanics and stuff, but I don't think I've got that.
I think it's the sort of thing you've got to do when you're younger, isn't it? And sort of grow up with it. Like, I'm the same. I'd love to take something apart, put it back together, but I just... I
think it's a personality thing as well.
Yeah. I could. Well, we had the alternator actually went the other day before as well, and it was an absolute nightmare to get to. And I'm like trying to help the first lad that came. I'm trying to help him. And I was like, this is hard. This is actually hard work, this. Yeah. And it was literally, I think it was only 4 bolts or whatever. The belt had snapped as well. That was off. The tensioner he had to take off. And then I'm talking like I know what I mean now. I have literally no idea. But then it was literally 4 bolts. But to get to it, you had to like bend yourself in such a way. Yeah. And I was like, I don't think this is for me. It's not for me, but I'd love to do it. I love the thought of doing it. But then I don't think I'm cut out for it. Like,
how long have you been on the cranes?
In the industry, it'd be 10 years. I think I've been driving, like operating them for 9 years.
Right.
So like the first year I started like just as a sort of slinger, banksman, rigger, van lad sort of thing. But the company I first started for, they were just farmers basically that had cranes. They're still going now, like in Leeds. I can't thank them enough for what they did for me. Like the unbelievable company, but they just sort of I thought I lost my fucking train of thought.
Yeah, I suppose that was your grounding, wasn't it? That was where you started from. And then it sort of stemmed from there really, hasn't it?
Yeah. So like, that's the reason why I tell most of the lads that want to try and get into the industry and stuff is the way I did it sort of thing. They helped me, they paid for my like my truck license. They'd pay for my crane ticket as well, to be honest. But I sort of had a different way of doing it because I was driving the cranes like in the yards and stuff without a ticket and stuff like that. And then there was like, I didn't have to do a course or anything. I just literally went and did the tests like on the day sort of thing.
Which is good helps. Because you've got experience through actually doing it yourself rather than being told what to do. And then 100%. You're passing a test. You've actually got experience and gone out there and gone, actually I can do it. It's much easier.
No, 100%. It was me and his son that actually went. We both drove down, took the crane down there. He set it up while I was doing like my theory test. And I don't think it was pretty kosher the way it was done, like, to be honest, but I shouldn't really say that, should I?
It's really hard.
I don't think the company that I did the test with, to be honest, I don't think they're. I think they're shut down.
Don't worry about that.
That's it.
Well, like that lamppost, we're just like, don't worry, keep going. So, what did you want to be when you were younger? Then,
always wanted to be a crane operator.
Really?
Yeah, because I went. It's just ever since my dad's done it for 30 odd years.
There you
he
go.
doesn't do it anymore. He's in the industry still, but he's a lift supervisor, like offshore and that. But he operated cranes for 25 years or whatever, like while I was growing up.
Yeah.
He used to take us to jobs and stuff. Like, you can't do that anymore, but he used to take me back at van and go away.
Yeah.
Like weekends with him and stuff. And you could actually get on site then and still people wouldn't actually say anything. If that happened now.
Yeah. So at school, all through your childhood, then I want to be like my dad.
Yeah, 100%. It's always been. He's like, he's my hero, my dad, like, to be fair. He's cracking bloke.
Yeah.
We get on probably better now. Well, we've always got on, but like now I see him more. He's like my dad, but he's like a best mate as well. You know what I mean? Like, still go out for a drink with him and stuff and go on a night out, and that is fucking amazing. But yeah, like I say, he used to take us, even just driving down the motorway and stuff in crane. If you were passing, he'd be like, we'll fire you in, getting past the side and drive down. I've just always wanted to do it. And then it was actually him that got me into the industry, but he got my foot in the door by obviously knowing the contacts to get me into this, the company that I worked for first at Leeds, which fair enough, he got me in the door. But I've had a lot of people over the years like telling me, like, you've only got into the industry because of your dad sort of thing. But he literally got me in the door. But then since then, I've had to do it. I have had to do it myself. Do you know what I mean? But it's kind of discredited it sometimes when people say that. But
you always get into something via somebody else.
Yeah, I know. It's one of them. The crane industry is but it's a very small industry to start with, and then there's a lot of, like, not jealousy. I won't say jealousy, but there is a lot of people, like, especially the older. I don't just want to berate the older generation if you are watching this. Like, there's a couple here that are all right, but some of them can be a little bit.
Everyone 55 and above.
Yeah. Some of them can be quite like, they don't want to see you do well, sort of thing.
Yeah.
I think that stems across. I think the trucking industry is probably worse. I think it's actually worse. Like, from what I see on TikTok and stuff. I'm not.
We were talking about this where I think in this industry, or these industries, should we say, they're like, everyone has an opinion on the way you do things. Yeah. So, like with the techs, if they do something in a certain way, there's somebody going to comment and go, "Why are you doing it that way?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't. Especially putting yourself online and that as well. You're always going to get this criticism and stuff. Like,
people see exactly what you're doing every day. And
should you be on your phone in the crane, really? Is that safe?
You get it all the time.
Stationary, not moving.
No, I do it all the time. I put my feet up, I just move them over there. In fact, have you seen that video of the guy who's like, look at all these kids. He's obviously in a school or something. There's like a picture of a school year on the wall, and they've all got like their dream, like a picture of them in their dream job, and then someone's like a petrol station attendant. you're like Connor, crane up.
Nah, it's always been a dream, ambition, I suppose, passion. But you've always to be successful in it, I suppose. I want to consider myself kind of successful, but you've got to have. You can't just do it for the money or whatever. It's got to be for the passion. Like, the money's good, don't get me wrong. It's all right.
Otherwise, we'd all be Forex trading or something. Whatever it is now. Join this course now to be a top G.
Absolutely, 100%. I did a TikTok of a week about it. I was like, all these like lads, well, it's some lasses as well, that are putting these videos out saying, you need to be selling stuff on Amazon and that and being millionaire businessmen. So, that's cool if you want to do that. But like, it sort of discredits all the hard-working grafters of the country, basically. That like, there's nothing wrong with earning an honest living of picking up a trowel and being a builder or a joiner or I don't know, you know what I mean?
The thing is, kids, that's all kids are seeing now. And it's important to have people like you as well, because generally speaking, other than the gang that we've met whilst we're doing the podcast, well, there aren't many people advertising the fact that you're a crane op or, talking about how good the job is.
Yeah.
But there are plenty of people out there going, get on OnlyFans or be an Instagram influencer or...
Yeah, 100%, which are not discrediting any of that sort of thing. If that's your thing, you want to do that, absolutely. But yeah, I'd like to think that I'm kind of a person that says, look, there's nothing wrong with...
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's long hours, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
There's people would rather might want to sit in an office 9 to 5. That might appeal more to them, but... For me, it's always appealed. I don't mind the long hours, to be honest. Like, there can be some times where you are working a hell of a long time, day and night sort of thing.
What's the longest you can actually be on the cranes?
As in, like, operating or like...
operating hours, I suppose, yeah.
Do you know what's a good question, actually? I don't know if there's a legal... Is there a legal requirement?
I don't think 2 days straight with no sleep.
Is there a legal thing?
I have no idea.
16 hours maybe, I'd have thought?
Yeah, I suppose there's not like a taco.
Somebody
like
it would be.
Yeah, so there is a taco in the cranes, but you're exempt from it,
because you're not physically driving. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think because it's classed as like moving plant.
Right.
So they don't...
No.
I think they put tacos in them because they just for a taco in them. Nobody... I don't even think in Europe they use tacos.
Right.
Yeah.
In America, like nobody uses tacos yet. I think they are on about eventually bringing it in. I think it'll change the game a little bit. They'll probably try and have what they do in like Canada, where you'll have like operators and then you'll have like drivers. So someone will just drive the crane, and then the operator will follow behind or whatever, or travel up the day before,
or whatever. Yeah,
and then there'll be a separate team that rigs the crane, and then the operator just gets in it once it's built, sort of thing.
Yeah,
that's what they might, if they put tacos in it, because it'll ruin it. Because we've had, like, you could be driving 10, 12 hours. And then you'll get to the job.
So what is the speed limit? Does it do 56? Does it do...
It'll do 52. It's limited to 52 mile an hour. Obviously 40 mile an hour is the speed limit on the roads legally.
Right.
But it'll do 52 like.
Yeah.
But the tyres won't like it.
No.
They get hot once they get hot, they expand a lot more. And I think you fill them up to 9, they're meant to be 9 bar, the tyres. And you can have them sometimes at like 12.5 bar. 13 bar from when the heat and how much they've expanded. So we stick to the speed, obviously. And then we stick to the speeds, but when you like, if you've been driving for say 3 or 4 hours, you have to, if you have a stop, it's not like a taco stop, but we tend to stop and let the tires cool down, because if they get hot when they go, I've never had one go on the 750, but I have had a blowout and it's like a fucking bomb's gone off.
I
saw one at the side of the road the other day actually with a tyre off, and I thought, I bet that went with
it's like a bomb. I think it was a 6-axle crane I was in, and it was the 4th axle back, and it sounded like it was in a fucking cab. It just went bang. I was like, hey, we've had a blowout here.
What do you do? Just wheel your spare out, get your jack out. That'd be me.
Well, fortunately though, they've got 4 jacks on the crane, so when you do have a tyre thing, you just put your rigger out, drop your jack down, and it just jacks it up.
Itself.
It's not too bad. Like
that was a pretty stupid thing from me then, really, wasn't it?
Let me get this jack.
Basically, it's a giant jack. Basically, that's how it is.
What's involved in the test then? Is it? I mean, it sounds really stupid. Is it similar to what an HGV test would be, or for cranes?
For driving on the road?
So
on the road, it's just a class 2 rigid license.
Right,
so it's just your truck license. So
see.
you don't do any, there isn't a test for it. Yeah. I think about 20 years ago, you could drive them on a car license.
Oh, Jesus.
The ones even the big ones, you could just drive on a car license. Mental like.
That's scary.
So there was just a normal rigid class 2 license.
Bonkers.
And then you do like familiarization for what company you work. Well, I didn't do it like the company I worked for the first time. I didn't do any familiarization. It was literally, right then, lad, you've passed your test, get your sent in.
Go.
Off you are. I love that kind of thing though. Like they're the type of places that you learn a lot more, rather than if you go to a massive company and then they sort of like mollycoddle you a little bit, rather than go to a bit of a smaller firm, which is what I tell everyone that messages me that wants to get into it. I always tell them, I said, look for a local firm. Might not have the best equipment, it might have the bit, but honestly, you'll learn 10 times more doing that than going to try and get on like a bigger firm.
Yeah.
Cut your teeth with a smaller firm and then get the experience and then move on to.
Because you learn through mistakes, don't you?
Yeah,
and you know, 100%. Whether it be expensive or not, sometimes you'll do something and go, right, okay, won't do that again.
Yeah, 100%.
But if that's a bigger operator, you might get in trouble for it.
The thing is as well, the bigger it goes, the more like a mistake could kill, like they do. They could kill you. Like they're not like, they are dangerous. Yeah. It is dangerous machinery.
Well, you've got to look at the size of them, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that could
if that comes out of the sky, like you are killing people. It's a lot to don't want to dim it down, like, but
I think I saw a video the other week, actually. I can't
know which one you're going to mention. Is it the small one where the container goes in someone's house?
Yes, and the kids are playing on the drive.
Yes.
That was bad old do that. Like,
how do you manage that?
Just by chance, the kids just walked inside the house, and then seconds after,
no, I think she calls.
Yeah, she was shouting. The one with the mother was shouting at her.
Because there's a bloke going,
yeah. He's like, but you do that thing when something's going over. You think you're shouting at it, thinking it'll stop. You're like, whoa! He's like, he's going there. It's going to go over. You shouting at it, it's not going to stop. But no, I did see that. I tend not to like. I was going to do a video about it, but
like a very slow motion.
Oh yeah,
accent,
yeah. It's very bad.
I tend not to comment on a lot of accident sort of thing because it must have been bad for him. He's obviously made a mistake. I think he's had his riggers out one side and he's slewed over the front of the wagon.
Yeah, of course.
And then the riggers weren't out on the other side.
Yeah,
apparently.
Yeah,
like I say, you don't want to comment too much in case that's not the case, but that's what I'd have thought has happened. And
it looks like it's on a main road as well. And for me personally, you'd think, there's people waiting, they're pissed off with me. Nobody has any patience for anything like that.
Yeah, 100%.
When you're in the car, like all your patience goes.
Yeah.
And he's probably thought, I want to get this done, and then I'm not going to have all these people having a go at me, basically.
Yeah.
And he's
that's it, rushing and complacency and stuff like. He's probably done it a million times, and then that one time where he's something slips in your head. But that's all it takes though sometimes. Only takes that one little
mistake
thingy, a chain reaction, and then it could have been a lot worse though. He's got lucky, it did muller the house though, didn't it?
Yeah.
The boom went straight through the fucking.
I've not actually seen the pictures of the house.
There's an after video of someone sort of walking past and they do a pan round. And
the boom went straight through the house. Like it was bad.
Well, as long as you got house insurance, new house. It's very refurb.
I felt to come out of it.
Yeah, you'd feel bad for him though. He must have had. You wouldn't have been like.
Imagine that.
Driving home from that's fucking horrible. That's my worst nightmare.
That's the problem though. In your world, there isn't a whoops. Do you know what I mean? Like there's not like if you make a mistake, it could be life or death. Really.
Yeah, 100%. You've got, especially if you're dealing with people like the job have just come off putting a tower crane up and stuff. Yeah. You're like 60, 70, 80 meters up in air. You're holding on to something, and there's guys that are connecting the bolts up there, but you think if something goes wrong here, they are dead them. There's literally no, or you'll hold on to it, you'll get it connected to one end, and then you'll just see him walking out across the thing, and you're like, I'll show you pictures after. There's a picture of this thing. He's literally, it doesn't look that big. Yeah. And then you see the guy stood on it and he's like that compared to the boom. And I was like, this crane is massive.
Whatever you're lifting really seems, I mean, they're really heavy objects, obviously, but I bet once you sort of moving it, it looks like nothing because it's so far away.
When it's far away, like it is. God. I mean, when you get it close up and you hear, like, if you get it to its limit, the crane, it does feel like you can hear it working sort of thing. But it's very, well, they never work to the capacity anyway. There's a misconception. Obviously, it's called a 750 ton crane, what I'm on at the moment. But it'll never lift 750 ton ever.
Oh, really?
It'll ever do it in the factory. That's it. It'll never do it. So to get it to lift that, you'll have to be 3 meters away. But to get 3 meters away anywhere from the crane, if you go from the back, you'd still be on the decking of the crane. So you won't be able to get something on top of the crane that weighs 750 ton.
Interesting.
Right.
Which is, it's basically like a big 200 really.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It just makes it sound better, doesn't it? It's a 750 ton crane, but it'll never lift
Looks good in the brochure.
That's it. That's all it is. It's 750 ton at 3 meters, but it'll never do that ever.
What's the best crane then?
That one, 100%. Yeah. Hands down. Not just because I'm on it, just it is literally the best. Everything about it is just the usability, rigging it, just working with it. It operates. You can put anyone in it and it'll drive itself. It is honestly Or mint on the road.
That. No, don't tell
I was gonna say,
You're telling the wrong person that.
No, honestly, we could put you in the cab, man, and you'd be sound.
Oh God, I'm busy.
Probably not.
And even driving it on the road, everyone's like, "Fucking hell, how do you drive it on the?" I was like, honest, it's literally like driving a van.
Can't do that either, to be fair.
Our
cars are pretty much autonomous, and I still manage to have a few dinks here and there. Yeah,
it seems like a running joke now. Every podcast we do mention how many crashes you've had.
Is it?
Yeah.
What car you got?
For work, we drive Tiguan's, and then
I wanted a Tiguan.
yeah,
I went for a T-Rock instead, but
I got the new one with the drive assist. Is that what they call it?
Travel assist, isn't it?
Travel assist.
No, it's got lane assist, but I turn that off. That's lethal. That's
it's annoying. Because the funny thing is, you go around a car, solid white line, it'll pull you back towards the car.
It's more dangerous.
But you're supposed to put your indicator on, boys.
Ah, well, that's
is that what it is?
Well, that overrides it. Yeah,
oh, right,
you should be in a BMW.
I know. I must not be indicating then. Like, but I've had hire cars before though that if you turn it off, it comes back on every time. Like, luckily on the T-Rock, if you turn it off, it's off.
It's off.
But on hire cars I've had, you've turned it off, then you fire and you turn it car off.
Yeah.
Turn it back on, and then it fires it back up again.
Mine does that. My own car, it's now toggled. It goes on every time you start the car up. You've got to manually turn it off. Lane assist. Yeah.
Nice.
It's too many things though for me. It's too many.
Yeah.
They think that they're saying that they're helping you or driver aids or whatever.
It's not.
No.
It's just a new. It's just a new.
No one's actually checked to see if yours is actually working, to be honest.
I pushed it here.
So yeah, I did want the Tiguan, but we settled with the T-Rock instead. We had a Polo before that. I've been like a Volkswagen.
Yeah.
I'm not like one of these VW nerds. Like,
No. Oh, this guy was.
Was you?
This guy's had every VAG.
Yeah. I know. Then recently I was like, you know what? I'm going to have a change because I've just I've had the same car for like 6 years. Well, not the same car, but the same variant of car for 6 years. I needed a change.
All three of us used to slag BMWs like mad. Now all three of us drive.
Is it? Is that what it is? Yeah.
We've seen the light.
Yeah.
I've only ever had an old BMW. It was like a 97. I can't remember. It was a 3 Series.
Yeah.
325.
But there's like a mad thing for old BMs at the minute.
Yeah, well, I bought it off my mate's dad, and it was his granddad's, and it had literally one owner. He'd had it from new. He had everything with it. It was like the original toolbox and everything. Then it started as soon as I got it. Well, about a couple of months after, it started rusting on the wheel arch. So apparently, it's a common thing with BMWs, like, and then it just started. The whole thing just started rusting. Then I was like, need to get rid of it. So
yeah, he's gone beyond the point where you can just start repairing it.
I'm not like a car man. Like,
no,
I've always fancied getting a nice car, but the T-Rock's nice, but it's not like a driver's car.
I know what you mean.
It's just for the family.
Money pits.
I know. I never really have money anyway. Really, I've always ploughed it into something else. If it's not the house or the wife, the kid, the son. Now it's like the son's taking everything now. It's just, which I don't mind, obviously, but she likes her holidays and stuff. So I never really had time for like ploughing anything into. I've had a kit car before.
Yeah.
But that was only, I think it was only $2,500. And I had to drive it back it put me off straight away, to be honest, because I picked it up. I never got a trailer for anything. You just went, you just have to drive it back. So it was all motorway miles.
Oh, no.
Doing that in a kit car. Oh, horrible. You like to overtaking wagons and stuff, and because you're like that low to the floor, and you're like,
see the wheel dots of the truck.
Yeah. I was like, this ain't good. They're not the comfortablest things to drive. So I had to take it all the way back from Rotherham. But then it was nice just going out on a Sunday, just going around country lane.
I'm surprised you got out of Rotherham.
Yeah, true.
Oh, God.
Nothing is good for Rotherham.
What was it? It was Liverpool and Manchester last week. It's Rotherham this week.
Yeah, it's a rough old Rotherham.
You're banned from the north, I think.
Yeah.
I don't really like the South Yorkshire.
I don't like South either.
South Yorkshire's a rough place. Like, I want Nathan coming from me.
But that's the funny thing. Like, it seems like everyone in our industry is all northern. Are all northern, other than Jody and Jack. Really?
Yeah.
All you guys are all northern.
That's true.
Get up, northerners.
Yeah, northerners are the best. Like,
I
don't like this. It's all right to go down for now and then the south, but Yorkshire's the best place to live. Like, for me, 100%.
I have to go 3-4 days a week, don't I? Down to the
Between
south.
here and like Cornwall, just miss that bit out.
I don't know how people afford to live down in like
it's crazy.
London and stuff like that, though.
Yeah, well,
honestly,
I was in London for like 18 months, 2 years, and we were in a 1-bedroom apartment. It was nice though, like we had a nice field weather, but it was a 1-bedroom apartment and we were spending a fortune on it.
Yeah, it's mental.
Yeah.
Like I think up our end, I've got a 4-bedroom townhouse, semi-detached garage.
Yeah.
$3,000 it was.
God.
That's it, just 3 grand. No,
100 years ago.
I was going to say, what, a month?
130 grand for a do you know what I mean? And like, if you went to London for that,
oh yeah,
you won't even get a 1-bedroom
decimal
apartment.
point in the middle.
Yeah, honestly, I can't. The scale of how much I wonder where the line actually is though. So if you go from coming out of London.
I think it's like Aylesbury, that sort of area.
Well, and the thing is though, but Cambridge and Oxfordshire, that like the houses, like even when you start to get like to like Stamford, which is a nice area, like that, it starts to creep. And then if you're on the commuters route for the trains,
there's a lot of factors like that. I just didn't know if you got out to a certain point and it just dropped. So it's like 500 grand for an house and it just went bang.
Areas though as well, isn't it? A lot of it's areas.
I live in a very rough area, so but I like that spit and sawdust. Like,
we were at the Docklands though, and we were trying to like look at the value of our tiny 1-bedroom flat whilst we were there, and it was like 700,000.
Jesus,
it's insane.
You could get a mansion for that in Yorkshire.
Yeah, and we weren't like in central London with a view of the Big Ben. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. It was just a view of the Docklands, the O2, and a little bit of the Canary Wharf. Like I would say, our balcony had a view of Canary Wharf. Yeah, if you popped your head over and sort of did that over the balcony.
It's mental, man.
That's crazy.
The country's mental, though, isn't it? It's just all going.
Yes, down pop.
Yeah,
we say it every time.
Yeah. Too expensive for everything.
Yep.
Getting messed up with it. It's just you don't want to touch on them subjects.
No,
it's a slippery slope.
Yes, don't go there.
It's just a deep hole.
And who, by the way, who did these questions and who has put? Have you ever crashed? Louis does.
Oh, I added to that one.
Did you?
I added to that. It put ever crashed. I thought. Louis does. I'm just expanding on it. So on that question, have you had any close calls? Have you had a moment where you've thought that was too close?
I've fallen off a crane before.
Really?
That wasn't the injury. It was on about the leg. That goes way back to the thingy. But I was on a 500. I didn't have my harness on. So now, like I always before this, I was a bit of a fucking idiot. Like, so I didn't have my harness on, and I was coming down off the winch, and there's like on the ballast of the 500, there's like raised bits at the ends, which is what another bit of ballast sits on. It's like to locate it. So I jumped back down on it and kicked it, and then just went backwards. And it was probably it's not as high as this room. No, it'd be higher than this. This room.
Yeah.
And you fell on your back.
Went back, hit my head on the rigger.
Oh,
I've got a massive scar on the back of my head there.
Oh.
Hit my head like on the corner of the rigger, and then passed like a walk up, and I were in ambulance. Then I was like, "What's going on?" Like the first question when I walk up in ambulance is like, "Did we get crane de-rigged then?" And they were like,
"Company man."
They were like, "No, you're on the way to hospital." I was like, "What? Where am I?" It was like, "Yeah, you've fallen off." I was like, "Oh, never."
So you lost that whole moment.
I can't remember. I can remember it came back to me, but at that point when I woke up, I didn't know where the fuck I was or anything.
The back of your head as well. I think that's like the worst place.
I was lucky.
Yeah, a whack on the.
I had a picture. I can't find it on my phone. But I had a picture of because it were all like it was filled with like gravel and shit on my head. So there's a picture of the nurse, and she's got her finger like knuckle deep in back of my head, just like getting all like cleaning all stuff out.
No.
I know. I was like, but that's probably the worst. Well, it's not really a close call. That is a call, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was trying to think if there's anything where I've got close, but
even when you're driving it as well, like having to move it side to side, we'd have got somewhere and thought, "Oh God, this is a nightmare."
Yeah, I'm near enough every job. That's every job. They always come. You always get the same thing when you turn up on sites. They're always like, "Bloody hell, it's big, that, isn't it?" It's like, has anyone sent you any? Has anyone sent you any plans or anything like how big this machine is?
Bob the Builder was coming with it.
100%. They've had
yellow digger.
They're like, it's massive. This. How do you get this round? I was like, mate, I've got to get it around this site now. And the sites are never equipped for them kind of machines. They're always either equipped for like 44-ton trucks and stuff. Like there was a bridge on a site a couple of months back in Braintree. It was a single Bailey bridge. They're like, they're not good for 70 ton anyway. But the site's like, they're good for 70 ton. They're like, mate, we're 138 ton. There's no way we're going over this. And they're like, all right. When this is like we've turned up to site. I was like, how has this not been planned like beforehand?
Yeah.
So we had to go another.
Again,
we had to get
country.
exactly. We had to get a different route, and I actually put it on YouTube because I was like, this is going to be a good.
Yeah.
This is going to be a good video because it was like proper tight streets and stuff. So I thought it'd be a good one to put on YouTube.
Apparently, we used to be quite good at all this stuff, engineering and stuff. Somebody says about some British engineering, but because you do the Americans and the Canadians a lot, do they not look at some of the stuff we go and go, God, you amateurs? Or what are they like over there?
No, they're with the cranes and stuff. They're like the other way. Like we can run, like our roads are a lot better than they are in America. I think some places in America are like 8 ton an axle a road. Oh. So the cranes, they have to literally take everything off it
to get it to go down the road.
So the roads are wider, but not rated.
Yeah, but not rated for.
Interesting.
I think some places are like 12 ton an axle, but they're not like here where it's 16 and a half ton an axle it is here. So we can ride with like near enough everything on. Yeah. Every time I put some on, they're like, there's no way, man. There's no way you travel with the booming like that. I'm like, we do it all the time. Yeah. There's like, even with the Y guy in the back legs, man, you're crazy. I'm like, it's just standard procedure.
Yeah. What do they have to do? Assemble the crane when they get to site?
So basically they will just drive it there with the chassis.
No doors on.
No wind mirror, just everything just stripped down like, and then they'll put all the legs on. We can do it. There's certain jobs that we've had to do it where we've had to take the back legs and the Y guy off to get it down to 12 ton axle. And they're literally, they take the boom off, the Y guy, all 4 legs, the rams that connect the boom, literally everything.
It's like just a chassis.
Just to get it down. Oh. So then when we say like we can be hook ready for like in 3 hours, they're like 16 hours.
No way.
But it's just for the roads. I think the roads made out of tyres. So I swear down, I think some guy said to me, it was like, they're made of like ground up tyres. Nice. The roads in America. So
unbelievable. So when everyone says, the roads are better like in America, they're wider, set up for bigger vehicles, actually, they're not.
No. I think the setup because they're wider, but they can't take the
weight.
It's same like Australia's the same. Like they have these big road trains, but they have them because it splits them over that many axles. Like the cranes, I think they're 12 ton an axle in the West Coast, but the East Coast is a lot less. So they've got to take the boom out and everything.
Yeah. What was that? Speaking of road, all the trains and stuff, it's not a road train, but what was that Grand Tour episode they did? Was that the latest one with that train on it? Did you see that?
Wasn't it?
The Sand Job. Yeah. I've meant to watch it.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Unreal. Yeah. Like, that is a proper bit of kit.
Yeah.
What was it?
Just this train that went on for
it was carried after minutes. It must have been 5 minutes worth of.
Was it?
Carriage. Yeah.
Whereabouts was that though?
Was they in Africa?
They were doing Dakar, weren't they?
Dakar, so it would have been it would have been Africa then, wouldn't it? Yeah. I can't remember that.
I'm terrible with geography. I only know Australia, America, Canada, and that's about it really. Anywhere in Europe.
Canada's in America and Birmingham's in Wales, isn't it? If you're Jack Grealish. Have you seen that? When they go to where's Birmingham on the map? And he has literally no idea. God, honestly.
Yeah, we're not the most educated like in the UK really.
Well, I think we just all failed geography over here, don't we? Yeah. We don't need to.
100%.
Our country's about that big.
Yeah, true. Yeah. I actually took geography, but because of my, I fell off motorbike basically. It was my accident for my leg. Yeah. So, I know, like falling off stuff. And I took geography and I basically flunked like half of school because I was off for like a year and a half of school basically. Yeah.
Bad
it was broke all my femurs, smashed it to pieces, twisted it. As much as you could do with your femur, I'd done basically on a motorbike. And then as it healed like that. Oh. So like this leg's obviously, it was a lot shorter than this one. And it's like in the stages where I was growing all the time as well. Because I think it was like 13 or 14 or something. I was like, I was growing all the time. So it was basically a nightmare time to have it, really. And then once it had all healed and fused, I used to wear a shoe heel on like the outside of my foot. Yeah. But it was like massive. It was like a fucking big moon boot. There's actually a lad on TikTok that's like, he's got a condition where, but his is like, it must be that at the bottom of his foot. 'Cause one of his legs is like really short.
And he just owns it.
Yeah, he owns it. But obviously he gets the piss taken out of him. But I used to get the piss taken out of me all the time, but I'm not really.
I don't really some moon boots.
I might still have them in Gary's.
Go on, give it.
You'll be 6 foot.
Yeah, it's just on the one leg though, so you'll have to get the other.
I tell you what is funny. I don't look, because I don't care. Like, I'll take the piss out of myself. I'm 5'8", just. It is what it is. I don't care. But I have noticed, you know, the like ads where they're like targeted ads. Why does it keep showing me this thing like, you know, oh, how tall are you? Oh, yeah, I'm 6 foot. Do you want to be 6'3"? What is he doing? Like,
honestly, the phones are mad though for adverts and stuff like that. Mine's always the razors and stuff, like for like the cheap Turkish barber razors and that. I'm like, I don't want to shave my beard off. Fuck off. Or they're trying to tell me to shave my hair off or something like that. I'm like, no, I like to keep the dreads, man, even though they are a pain in the ass. Yeah, but yeah, I had after I brought my femur because it had short, and they said, "Oh, we'll give you a tailor spatial frame." They call it, which basically they break your leg, put a frame around it, right, and then you have to turn it. You have to turn it every day for like 60 days.
Oh, I know what you mean.
And it lengthens it. Yeah, with the pins that go through your leg there and into your bone there. So I had that on for like, fucking hell, how long were it now? It were a long time. Yeah. Anyway, this is all going through high school, and that's why I failed geography, because I was never fucking there, basically. I swear, actually.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a potty mouth. I'm trying to hold back on the. I'm trying to hold back on the swearing. Like,
I dropped one on the last podcast, and Sean was like, "You're too nice to swear. What are you swearing for?" You don't swear. Stop swearing.
Like, honestly, my language is appalling. Like, well, I used to get. I try not to swear in any of my videos anymore. Like. I got bollocked for it a lot when I first started with Mamoot, who I work for now. Yeah. They were like, you need to stop the swearing, which is...
Fair enough.
Yeah, I said to him, you know what, fair enough. I thought I was going to get bollocked for a lot more. Yeah. Because hands down, like, they have been a cracking company for the whole online thing. Like, they're very supportive with it, so I can't really ask. There's a lot of companies that don't like you putting stuff online and that, so I can't really knock Mamoot for that. Like, they're just like, just tone back the swearing a little bit. Yeah, or just at all. I was like, yeah, fair enough.
That's good that they're supportive of what you do.
100%, mate. I honestly can't fault them enough.
Yeah. No, that's good. We're in a similar situation with this, aren't we, really?
Yeah, it's great. Yeah. That's the way, it's kind of the way that everything's going nowadays, though, isn't it? Like, before I did the whole TikTok thing and all that, I didn't have any social media whatsoever. I didn't even have Facebook. Didn't have it. I haven't in nothing. And I was always an advocate. I hate it. I'm like, I used to say to my wife, she laughs at me all the time now, because obviously it's totally flipped. But she's like, she always, she's always, I usually tell her, like, oh, you're all just slaves to the system and all that. Like, they just want you to be on this, like, you're all just slaves to your phone and stuff. But now it's totally flipped the other way. I was like, you can use it to, you can use it to your advantage, can't you? It's a good tool. It's a tool. Yeah, 100%. It's a good tool to,
it's also a tool to be used against you. Yeah, if you use it properly,
100%. Don't get me wrong, there's still Debbie on a Friday night telling you on Facebook what she's having for tea, and nobody fucking cares. You know what I mean? Like, nobody cares about that.
That's Facebook though. Facebook has become it's just a pit for the older generations to just put. You know, it's me dog Maggie's 7th birthday. Everybody say happy birthday to Maggie.
100%.
That's it. 100%. I've got an old pallet. Does anyone want it for free?
I know. It's terrible. It's terrible. Yeah, Facebook's definitely the one that'll probably die out the first, I would have thought.
And isn't it funny as well, when the older generation, because they sort of like took over Facebook, how toxic it then become. Like worthy toxic generations. You're joking. They turned it into the arguments, into comments.
Yeah, 100%. The only thing I like really doing on Facebook is going on to like the village groups. Yeah. Because the village groups, you get on there and it's like, there are not only honestly, some of the shit.
I
won't tell you where and which one it is, but there's one with a certain town that's got some very passionate people about that town, but there's also a bit rough. And there's a family member that like pretends to be a local and will just put the most hilarious posts in there, like if the fireworks are off, oh, dog Dolly is really suffering tonight, and he'll just have an absolute blast, just taking the mick, proper mick. And if there's anything that ever happens in this out, he's like putting it in the family group, like, oh my god, I can't believe this is happening. He's like, you don't even live there. He lives about 4 hours away.
Yeah, that's quality. That's just giving me an idea.
Yeah, the Facebook forums for the towns 100%.
It's always like, oh, does anyone know what time this so-and-so Chinese opens? It's like, fucking hell, just look on Google, man. Yeah.
I know.
Oh, you'll have a menu in your cupboard, I'm sure. Like, you should know. So,
stuff
Facebook
like statuses. Does anybody have one of these for sale? Mate, there's eBay,
I know,
there's Amazon. What are you doing?
Or they want to borrow it. It's like, come on, mate.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah. Anyone got any black bricks I can borrow?
Does your
In
head
fact,
in,
that's one thing. My level of like DIY and just anything. Bloke who's doing our garden at the minute, he says, right, I just want you to order 42 metres square of paving.
This is great.
And 9 metres of bricks. That's all I had to remember. 42 metres square of paving, 42 square metres of paving, 9 metres bricks, 9 metres bricks. I get there and I'm like, 40 something metres of square paving, I'll have 9 square metres of bricks. And he's like, that's a lot of bricks. Anyway, so I've had all these bricks turn up at the...
Never, what they deliver
so they're just all over my driving. So I'm going to be on Facebook. I'm going to be
on Facebook.
Marketplace. Anyone want a brick? 10p a brick.
collection only though, not delivered.
Yeah.
Come and pick them up yourself.
In the TIG.
Yeah, no, Facebook's one of them that's a bit of a dying cause. Like, but I keep up with all. I say that. I say I keep up with friends from school. I don't talk to anyone from school or anything anymore. I don't like. It's a sort of you can look from them from afar and see what they're getting on with. But literally, I don't think I've got 2 people that I speak to from school, and they're not very regularly. Like it's not like a. No. Well, I class one of them as my best mate, but I hardly speak to him. He's an absolute nightmare for getting hold of.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if you ring him, he'll never ring you back. You'll text him, he'll never text you back. And then I start to think to myself, I'm like, does he fucking hate me?
Yeah.
He's secretly, we've gone through the whole of school and been best mates, been like that, glued to each other. And then when we've left school and stuff, slowly like drifted apart, but still from afar, you knew if you ring him, well, I say that, I knew if I rang him, I'd be able to count on him, but fucking recently, he won't answer the bloody phone. So I'm like, but aye.
Just text him, I need you tonight. Alison. That got me looking. I have 129 unread messages. I read Alison's. In fact, when I'm emailing customers now, that's what it's going to be. My subject, I need you tonight.
They'll be straight on. You get a reply straight away.
Video hyphen, I need you tonight.
Definitely.
Change my name on there to Louis. Everyone thinks I'm bloody Louise on the emails anyway.
Yeah.
No,
is it Louis?
It's Louis.
Right, so I thought it was Louis, you see.
I get that often, but it is Louis, but I often just get Louise. Or even though it's Louis, I still get people going Louie. Like they don't care. Or you get, because you're Aaron with 2 A's, aren't you? You get Aaron 1A double R
O-N or A-R-O-N.
Yeah.
I get CO1N O-R or CO1N E-R.
Yeah.
And Lidl, everyone says, oh yeah, you own the super. It's literally, you will not believe the amount of people when you say, oh, Conor Lidl, they'll look at me and like, oh yeah, supermarket, a Lidl. I was like, no, obviously not. Fucking hell. I was like, obviously not. It's spelt differently for a start. And they're like, oh, you must get that all the time. I says, yes. Why have you done it?
I used to get, rather than Aaron, I used to get teachers and stuff call me Aaron.
Ah, yeah.
And I was like, oh, no, it's not.
See, I thought it would be Aaron, like with a double A, to be honest.
Yeah, I did know when Aaron, same spelling.
Right.
Okay, I knew,
How would you spell Aaron? A-R-O-N.
Ah, right.
How would you spell Aaron?
So by default now, I'm changing it to
Aaron.
Aaron.
I think that's what I thought. Yeah, I'm shy.
But it's, there was actually. Yeah, think
my
about
life's been a lie.
Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, back to cranes and stuff.
Yeah. No problem.
In fact, you want some of your followers gave us a load of questions, didn't they?
Well,
we'll go through them in a minute. But,
we'll give a shout out.
What annoys you most about the drivers when you're watching another operator? And I'm trying to get you to comment now because you just said you don't like to comment, but now I'm trying to get you.
We have, especially if I'm outside, so for like rigging the luffers and stuff, we actually do work with other operators and stuff. And if they don't listen to you, that's the biggest one. You do get people that do, because they might have done the job before or whatever, put a luffer on, they'll start like doing stuff themselves and sort of, it might be what I want, but I've not told him to. If he starts doing that and he takes my fucking finger off, it never, you know what I mean? So that's probably the biggest thing that annoys me about him.
Yeah.
The same 3 questions as well. Not so much drivers really, actually, but a lot of like people you get on site, you get the same 3 questions. You literally turn up on site and they'll be like, how much does the crane cost? How much can it lift? And it's either what it weighs, like how much does it weigh, sort of thing. But they take it to an extreme. Traffic marshals at worst. Not if you're a traffic marshal watching this, don't come for me. But I literally had a guy in Leeds who was backing a crane. I was literally backing the crane onto the site, tight as out. And he's at the window while I'm backing it in. He's like, how much will one of these cost then, pal? I'm like, I've got Neil behind me on radio, like, yeah, keep coming back, bit of left hand down. He's like, bloody hell, how much does it actually weigh on road? Then he's like, out the window, like, hanging onto the window. And I'm like, just give me 2 secs, let me get crane and I'll come and I'll have a chat with you. But yeah, I think because they don't really, literally traffic marshals, like, you know, the ones that like temporary lights and stuff. They just sit in the van, don't they, and just wait for if something goes wrong with the traffic lights. So they have to. So they want to be interested with what.
Is it like the planes? You know,
no, it's not an A380.
We normally just shoot radios. To be honest, that's the best way to bank in like radios or these hand signals. I find hard to do because you're forever like trying to find out that they need to, because I see people.
Is it my left or your left? Which way? I don't know. Which way are you facing?
Before you've worked all that out, you've hit something. So I tend to use radios the best way for banking. Like I see people banking trucks and that, and they're trying to. I think the worst person to bank a truck is someone that is a truck driver, because then they'll try and drive the truck for them. They're like, well, you need to take a bit of lock off. You need to do that. Rather than just saying, look, mate, trailer left, trailer right. And then they'll do what they need to do to put the trailer left or right. That's what I found the best way.
Right.
He might be in cab saying, if he fucking tells me trailer left one more time, I'm going to get out of there. But that's what I think the best way is to it. There might be other ways.
Do you get recognised a lot?
It's starting to, starting to get recognised quite a bit. It's weird. It'll never get. I never asked for any of this. No. Like, not saying I'm not famous or anything, but most sites I go on now, there is someone that'll be like, "Is that Cranebrain?" And it's like, no, it's Cranebrain, not Cranebrain. All the time.
Is that what you get?
Constantly, yeah. There was a guy. There was 2 lads on a site in Carlisle, and I had the day off. I think it was a scan for the missus. It was last year. We had a scan for and I was off, and the 2 lads that were on the crane like took my place. Well, Neil's on it all the time, but Matty was down there. Like the 2 lads put their head around the van, and they were like, "Is Cranebrain here?" and then they were like, "You what, Cranebrain?" I'm like, "Do you mean Cranebrain?" They were like, and then the guy turned and went, "See, I told you it was Cranebrain, not Cranebrain, you idiot." I was like, he doesn't even read it. Yeah, I was like, if you read the actual thing, and then. When I got back the next day, they were like, "Oh, there's 2 lads that have been asking for you, Cranebrain." I was like, "You what?" They were like, "Yeah, they thought you were called Brian." I was like, "Mate, honest to God." And then I put a video on about, I think I got a discount code for some safety glasses. Yeah. And I said the code on, because I've never said my name. I've never said my name on like a video really, like Cranebrain. I never said, well, it's not, you know what I mean? So I got the discount code and I was like, it's Cranebrain 20. And then literally everyone in the comments was like, I honestly thought it was Cranebrain. Loads of people thought it was Brian. I was like, fuck's sake.
Ben, title of the video.
Even though it clearly says Connor Cranebrain.
Yeah, I don't like.
Connor's there because.
100%. I was like, there was like, I actually thought you were called Brian. I was like, it says Connor on my thing. So I don't know where they get this thing from, but. Like I can kind of see at a glance, it does look like no,
it doesn't. It's Cranebrain.
But I do get spotted quite a bit. Yeah. But it'll never be. I like talking to people, you see. So it's all the only issue I have. I don't have an issue with it. It's just I find it weird sometimes when people are talking to you like they know you. Yeah. And I have no idea who this person is. Not there's anything wrong with that. So then I'm trying to like ask them questions. They're like, "Oh, so what do you do?" And then it turns out being something completely random. It's like, "Oh, I'm a water engineer or something."
And you're actually trying to think, actually, do I know you? Like,
it's weird.
It's sort of unnatural, isn't it? You're meeting a stranger and 100%. They know everything about you. Yeah. And they aren't asking the questions as if they've just met you for the first time. They're asking questions if they
like you've seen them yesterday, and it's very, that's what's very hard to get used to. Like, but I love it though. I love meeting new people, and if I can get anyone. Because there's a couple of lads that I've spoke to. There was one in a petrol station actually. It was round corner from my house, and I was walking back from car, and my lass was in car as well, and she doesn't hate it, but she gets like embarrassed for it because she's like, "Oh bloody hell, another lad here." But it was like Cranebrain shouting at like top of his voice. He actually said Cranebrain as well, shouting at top of his voice at petrol station, and then I'm like, "Oh, hey up, mate," and he runs over. And he's, "Well, you're only a young lad in that. He's a digger driver." And I don't know if he had the bottle to like ask me there and then. So like when I'd had a chat and stuff, we just went about his daily business. And then he messaged me on the night. I was like, "Oh, I just wanted to ask about like how do you get into the industry and stuff." And I was like, "Oh, you should have asked when Yeah, I had no problem. I had a chat with him.
Yeah.
That's all. I'd rather if I can get people into the industry that way as well.
Yeah,
definitely. That's the reason why I started it. The whole reason why I started it, really.
Do you see young people doing it? Because I don't think I've ever gone, oh, that crane operator looks about 18. Do you know what I mean?
It is quite rare for young people to get a start. Do you find the younger people in it, like myself and like family? So there's tend to be family, or you come out of the army.
Yeah.
That tends to be like the
okay. That makes sense.
The main two, really, because I think in the army you can get your tickets for your crane and stuff as well as your truck and that. Yeah, you get everything, don't you? If you want it, they'll give you it, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially on the heavier stuff, the younger people tends to be few and far between. It tends to dwindle a lot more, but it's what you know. It's not what you know. It's who you know. You know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Nepo baby. I heard that actually as a phrase. Nepo baby. You know, nepotism.
Oh, okay. Right. Yes.
So I've had that a lot thrown at me because obviously my family's in it and stuff. They're like, "Oh, you're getting favoured over other people," but I've worked my absolute bollocks off
to get to where you are.
So it's not like,
and you love it as well.
Yeah, 100%. I'll live by that. You've got to love what you do. If you love what you do work wise, you'll never work a day in your life.
No. Yeah,
that's
clearly evident with your content is that you obviously love it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I've never ever woke up and thought,
I've got to go to work.
Shit, I've got to go to work here.
Yeah.
It's one of those jobs, I suppose, you can't do it if you don't like it.
Nah, there is people that do it right and they're just miserable as fuck. And I'm like, just change it. Just why are you doing it?
Yeah.
I know it's not as simple as that. I know people are in certain situations and they might have a lot of like money and they need that money. They need that job to earn that money to pay off whatever and stuff. I know it's not as simple as that, but if you were that miserable, I would just not do
everything you can to change
100%. I'd be straight out of it.
Yeah. So you'd never work a day in your life then, really, do you?
No, exactly.
No.
But the missus hates it because she's like, how are you so happy? Why are you so happy? Wake up and like you want to go to work. I'm like, don't get me wrong, I love spending time at home. That's the only thing that I hate about the job is working away, especially having a son now and he's young, and that's the only thing that I'd love to change. I'd rather work at home and still work, but you can't earn the money working on the doors. So
I was laughing at your videos the other day when you're trying to download something on your Xbox. Did you see this, Ben? No. What was it? You're in a hotel.
Yeah, Premier Inn, Bridgewater, Junction 24 and M5. The signal is diabolical. So
I've stopped there, and it is.
Oh, it's terrible, man.
Yes.
Most Premier Inns I think they make the root walls out of lead. So you can only get a signal if you walked at window.
No, you're absolutely right.
It's a fucking nightmare. So I bought my Xbox down. I'd not played it for months. Obviously with having son, I've not had time, and it's the first time I've been like properly away for a while. Thought, fuck it, I'll take Xbox down. I was like, I'll go get a new game or whatever, and I went to get the Dragon Dogma 2, but I was going to get the old one. I didn't realise the new one was out. Bought that, gets back into things like fucking update for thing. And it was literally, I was getting, I think it was like 15 kilobytes. Not even a meg. I wasn't even getting a meg. Download speed, I was like,
we finished a week on Thursday.
Yeah, I was like, you are taking the fucking piss.
And you know what? They're like premium Wi-Fi.
A com.
Yeah.
Well, I tagged them in a story and she messaged me, a woman messaged me from Premier Inn and was like, terribly sorry, sir, but we can't actually see your story. I'm like, yeah, because your Wi-Fi is that fucking shit. So you can't see. Brilliant. That's why you can't see my story. But I did go in on them. Like I said, never stay in this fucking hotel. It's wang. But
you know what? I swear by Premier Inn. You know, I, honestly, you can't stop anywhere else that more reliable, cleaner, etc. But sometimes.
No, don't get me wrong. They're nice that way. I prefer Holiday Inns, me.
Interesting.
Yeah, I prefer Holiday Inns.
Yeah.
You get free breakfast all the time. Not that we ever make it because we're always out the door before, but it's always nice to have that option, isn't it?
Yeah.
Free breakfast. I think the showers are better, and when you're staying in that many Premier, you probably, are you the same though?
We used to do a lot more. I just rather drive home these days.
COVID ruined it.
Yeah.
Lockdown. Because we were still working through lockdown and being on your own, it's just horrible.
It was literally 100%. Monday to Friday, out the house, living in hotels. You're right. Yeah, we did our fair share of Premier Inns and
get your takeaway to your room and don't leave your room.
COVID did ruin the Premier Inn. To be fair though, because they used to clean your rooms every day, and now it's like you have to ask.
Oh yeah,
they won't clean it now. They've all done that though. They've just got rid of half the staff.
Yeah,
oh fucking hell, we can save a fortune here. Get rid of half at cleaners.
COVID was an excuse in a lot of ways for poor service.
Yeah,
following.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And 100%. I hate the phrase due to COVID or because of? I was like, no.
Yeah, 100%.
We're way past that now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, what is it? It's 4 years. 4 years since it all.
Mad, isn't it?
It's crazy. It's
And London
mental.
was a ghost town as well. And right next to us was the Excel, which they turned into one of them hospitals.
Yeah.
Another scam.
What a joke!
Scam.
Did they
What
even get
a joke,
used that?
mate. No, I think there was a few hundred beds there. I think there was I have a minimum of 100, but I think there was a few hundred beds. I swear someone told me their maximum capacity was 8. Yeah. And there were buses
Wild.
and public transport going in and out like it was Piccadilly.
Yeah.
Honestly, in and out. And we would be watching outside our flat. Yep, there's another bus gone past with no one on it. And another one.
Wild, isn't it?
No. There's a nurse on that one. Buses.
mental, isn't it?
Buses. Are back and forth. Mental.
Yeah, the whole COVID thing was crazy. Like, don't get me wrong, like, but the bad thing if people, did you actually get it? As in, like,
possibly, but even when I did get flu, I tested and they were negative.
Right.
So were the tests working, or did I just not have it?
It was a very grey area. Like, I think, well, I when I tested positive for it, I was bad for a day. I think it did obviously affect some people. Like, it did obviously horrendously, but. It was a day for me. I was badly for a day and a night, and then I was fine. But then you had to obviously isolate. But I worked through the whole. Yeah, I was down at Incley Point, the nuclear power station. Yes, that's where I've just been actually.
Because Paul, one of our colleagues, is one of your followers. Obviously, clearly big fan because he's given us like a gazillion questions. And he was like, "Ask him about Big Carl. Ask him about Big Carl." And I was like, "What's Big Carl?" And he's like, "Biggest train in the world." He's not actually from Yorkshire. He's from Bristol. Biggest train in the world. And I was going, "What? It's in England?" Yes.
Yeah. It's all right, Big Carl. It's not too bad. Mammut are making a bigger one, like, but an electric one as well. Yeah, believe it or not. But I don't want to tell you. It's they say it's Big Carl. It's the biggest crane in the world. Can't really technically call it a crane. It's more like just a big derricking arm, basically. The ring cranes they call them. But.
And it's on its own tracks or something, isn't it?
Yes, it's on like a circular track, and then it's got 3 positions and it moves from. But I think EDF have actually bought that crane because it's going to Sizewell after.
Yeah, because it's Sarons.
Sarons. I think one of the owners of Sarons is called Carl.
Right.
So they call him Big Carl. Yeah.
Okay. How big's Big Carl? Like 5'8".
I mean, don't get me wrong, it's an impressive thing to see, but it's everyone goes on about that. Like that tower crane we put up that we've just done, that's more impressive. That's 330 ton capacity tower crane. Yeah. And the only thing, nothing can get near it. It's like a Malaysian. Yeah. It's mad.
You know when they're building like the Burj Khalifa or some of these, and there's like, what's mad about when they were building, was it 32 Wharf or whatever? I can't remember what the building's called, which is now the second tallest building in London. And there's like cranes sitting at the top. I just find that bonkers.
Yeah, that won't be for me. That
so they're trusting the structural integrity of the building that's being built to hang several cranes out of it. I appreciate that they're not going to be mega weight, but still.
Mate, I wouldn't do that. Like, I wouldn't drive one. I've operated tower cranes, but I wouldn't do it tied to a building like that. Like, like you said, there's that many things you're trusting on, and you're that
so many.
Yeah, it's not for me.
No, I don't. I mean, for one, I don't do heights. Obviously, you're all right with heights. So, I mean,
I don't mind heights at all. Yeah, but it's just not.
It's not even that at that point, is it? It's the actual, as you said, the structure of the building, isn't it? Yeah.
It's if you go over on it, if you go like you're dead, obviously. But not saying that though. My mate, who I've been on this job with, there was a tower crane that went over a couple of years ago in London. I can't remember the site. I didn't know. I knew it had gone over, and I was speaking to this. I was calling me mate. I only met him on this job, but he's a mate. He's from Huddersfield. It's called Matty's Sound like, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I was in the cab at the time when it went over. They were doing a test, and it went into a house. Went through someone's house. It was a big thing, like." And he was like, "Yeah, I was in the cab, and he was knocked out. Like, I couldn't do that. No, I couldn't. Absolutely not for me. I don't mind heights, but tower crane erecting and that. They've got some bollocks on them. Like,
the step out my front door is a bit of a height for me.
Step up the sofa.
But to be fair, I'm fine with heights. I have no problem.
Oh, no, yeah.
Like some of we've just been to fly like all the rides in Florida or all like tallest buildings. No bother.
No bother. It's just if you're up there and you. Yeah. It'd be like. It's not so much the heights, it's the fact that you're building. So it'd be like you trying to put a track on like you up the roller coaster, actually fixing the track and then riding it. Have you got enough confidence in yourself? Yeah, sort of thing. But I'm not for me. Like,
what's your heaviest lift? What's the biggest lift you've done?
We're talking bench press or? No, Crane, sorry, yeah.
Sorry, I should have been more specific.
Deadlift.
The heaviest lift I've done it was only a couple of weeks ago actually. It was in a crawler up at Nig in Scotland. It was 40 ton.
Yeah.
540 ton. It was a good question. Monopile they call it, I think. I think what it is you know what offshore wind turbines?
Yes.
I think it's what sits at the seabed before you put the tower on.
And that's obviously
like them yellow things. Yeah. They are massive, like.
Yeah.
When that was in a LR 11350, so I think it's a 1,350 ton capacity crawler.
Nice. Offshore stuff must be cool.
Yeah,
that must be cool.
It's all just massive stuff now. It's ridiculous. Most cranes, like they say, big car's the biggest crane in the world, but there's cranes that are on ships that are bigger capacity than big car. It's why everyone says, "Oh, big car, it's the biggest." Everyone gets a proper hard on for it, but it's like there is literally cranes in sea that will lift like 9,000-10,000 ton.
Oh, Jesus.
What?
Mental.
Yeah.
It's because they've got infinite ballast. They've just got the sea as the ballast and stuff. So it's crazy. Yeah. They're the big stuff, right? If you want the big stuff, then offshore's like the
one to do.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Have you ever done it?
No, I spoke to my dad about it and he was like, "Oh, I could probably get you a job if you wanted to." But the rotation appeals to me because it's like 2 week on, 2 week off. Yeah. So that's always what, especially with having a family and stuff, kind of appeals to me a bit more.
Yeah. But then when you're away, what you're missing in those 2 weeks, then you've got to think, well, in those 2 weeks, if there's parents' evening, his first football game or, whatever he's got to do.
Yeah.
Like,
I have got a big decision to make for like when he starts getting a lot older. But it never did me any harm. My dad worked away my whole childhood and I've still got a mint relationship with him, and he did miss stuff and that, but it didn't do me any harm. No. Not saying that I'm going to miss everything with his on purpose. Like, you'll be all right. Go to your parents' evening. I will try and make it to him. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be that bad, but no, it's
You're into music as well, aren't you?
Yeah,
and a very good singer.
Yeah, well, I won't say very good, but I like doing.
You've got a voice. You're a good singer. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I like doing a bit of singing and stuff. I used to be in a band. We've been in bands for years. Yeah. Me and my brother we've just moved from band to band to band. But he's a crane operator as well. Like, both of us, there's three of us, three brothers. All three of us are crane operators. Cousin's a crane operator. Uncle was, dad
runs in the family.
Oh yeah,
is anyone not? So when they come around, they're like, God.
Honestly, it's like if when we were all doing it. Yeah. Like my brother's gone into. He worked for me, but he's gone into like site managing now. But like when we used to have Sunday dinners and stuff like that, it was just fucking crane talk. Like our lass and my mum and they'd just be like, we just talk about something else. But you just all got that in common then.
It's in the blood, isn't it? That's what you do every
100%, day. It's definitely in the blood. Definitely in the blood. But yeah, we used to, me and the middle brother, I'm the youngest, Joel, we've been in bands since we were like 12. Yeah. And just used to move from band to band. We got signed a while ago by like a startup label. Yeah. I don't know if it was a con or like we were very naive. Yeah. Like we had to go to Manchester, do like a
photo shoot.
Yeah, like all that kind of stuff. There's a music video. It's on YouTube. Like, but we never got it. The song that we released actually on Apple and everything. Yeah, but we don't know where any of it, like the royalties and stuff go and stuff like that.
We had 1 million downloads.
It was like so it was like It was like we had to pay. Right. For it. Okay. So like, we're signing you, but you have to give us 700 quid or whatever. Yeah. They did all that the music video. And it was weird. But obviously we were young and stuff. We were like, we could make it here. But my dad always said to me, it was like, because I always wanted to be a crane operator, I sort of put it on the back burner. And you know what? I wish I'd have took my dad's advice now. I was like, just fucking sell up, get a van and just travel to UK and just play your songs like with you, your brother and us mates and just... Don't worry about what's going to happen in future. Yeah. Because I was like trying to get a plan together. I need to be this. I need to do that. I need to get... Yeah. And he just went, just fuck it all off. Just drive around UK on even Europe. Just play gigs in pubs and stuff and you'll make it. And I wish I'd listened to him now. Not saying I would have made it like, but...
No, you're young as well.
I should have took that risk. But he ended up... Joel ended up having a kid young. So that's what kind of like...
Fair enough.
Flattened that dream, basically.
Yeah. They say everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, 100%. Don't get me wrong. It was good while it lasted. I'd love to kick it back up again, but it's just, you don't get the time.
Yeah, and if you're away.
Yeah, it's constantly away. You never get the time, so. But yeah, I was a drummer originally. But I was in the band, I just played drums, and then my brother was like, I can't really sing. Do you want to sing? I was like,
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, go on. I'll give it a try, and then it just clicks sort of thing. Yeah, it worked well. But
I like the drums. I played drums.
Do you?
Yeah. No, I haven't played for 10 years now, but
I'm probably knocking on about 10 years I haven't played live. But
and it's something that you don't ever forget. I haven't played for a good 5-6 years now, but
the hand-eye coordination and you work out that each limb can do a different beat, and once you get that, that's it. It's like riding a bike.
Isn't it?
Yeah. It'd be interesting. Though, because it'd probably be about that I picked a set of sticks up though, so I'd love to have a go again and just be like, has it just come back to you, just sort of thing? You know what I mean? I don't say I want the best drummer. I want like Travis Barker style.
No,
I did. I've not played for a good, say 6 or 7 years.
Oh, you were like Travis Barker?
I was like that. No, and you know what? It actually does come back to you.
Yeah, sure.
It really does. Like, there's no doubt about it.
I've kept up with the guitar and stuff, but I was never a good guitar player. Really, I was just. I could play chords and shit, but not like my brother was the whiz on the guitar. It was fucking mint.
Yeah.
Really
the guitar's the one where I do think when you get a cool, amazing top guitarist, always going to be a little bit cooler than the drummer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, 100%.
I just got a thing for the drummers, but you know when you listen to a certain song and then like they'll do a solo or something, it's like, that's pretty cool. On the guitar,
yeah. That was another thing where my brother was like, he was an all right front man. So he used to play the guitar and then sing.
Yeah.
But he was like, I need you because we're similar sort of energy level, like mental. But he was like, I think you'd be a bit better up as the front man. I was like, yeah, why not? We'll try it. Like, and then we got another drummer in, and then it sort of worked with that as well. And I loved it. But it's just, it was a hobby. Like, I'd love to. I wish we could have been rock stars, but it's not to be, is it? It's not to be.
You never know.
Not to be. Well, you never know. Someone might find the single in 10 years' time and be like, fucking hell, where is this band? Where is this band from?
Goes viral years on.
Yeah.
You got any crane-related tattoos? You not took it that far?
Yeah, it's got a leaf there.
I don't think I have actually. I've got, none. I was going to get, I want all this leg to just like, like sticker bomb. Where they have like, so basically, if they do it on cars and stuff, where they just sticker, but like overlap them and just have like a panel
so it looks like all
So I was just going to do like a leg of just loads of shite basically on my leg. So I was going to get some crane ones on there, but I was going to get a hook block on there and stuff like that. But I've never really got round to doing anything crane wise as a tattoo. Like, but I probably will do eventually. Probably a few on the face again. I don't know. We'll see. I don't decide. I just decide on the day what I'm having. Yeah.
Do you really?
The ones at me notes, the date of birth of son and his name, Bodie. So and every other one I've just literally decided on the day.
What am I going to go for? Don't know.
I'll send him a design like a week before and be like, just do something with that.
Yeah.
What can you put on? And that's it really. Even my head or everything, they're just like, fuck it, just put it on there, it'll be all right.
Have you not done it and then gone, probably didn't want that one, or I'd change that one.
Yeah, all my arms basically. These two, I fucking hate them.
Brilliant.
With a passion. Well, this one's not too bad.
Yeah.
But that one looks like Father Christmas. It's meant to be Zeus. It's meant to be Zeus, that, but it looks like fucking Santa Claus. So I had that done.
Dwarves off the Hobbit or Lord of the Rings. It looks like Gimli.
I absolutely hate this one, but that one I can sort of deal with. But all the other ones on my body and stuff I like. But I don't know, when I had the ones on my face, like the cutthroat and then the Banksy. Yeah. After I had them done, I was like, fuck.
Yeah. That's on my face.
Shit. It's on, I was like, fucking hell, I'm going to have to like it here. Yeah. And then after a while, it wasn't the fact that I didn't like it. It was just the fact of seeing it on your face. That's what, because our lass has just had a couple, only little ones on her face, and she, bless her, she came back and she was like nearly in tears. She was like, what have I done? Yeah. It's on me. I was like, well, you fucking stuck with it now. It's on your head. I mean, you can get them lasered, but
that looks really painful.
Yeah, it's like being twatted basically with an elastic band.
Yeah.
But like times 3, it kills.
Does it hurt any more on your face than it would on, let's say, your arm or leg or whatever?
Oh, there's people with the eyeball ones.
Yeah, I won't get the eyeball like. No, to be honest, everyone's different with the pain threshold with tattoos. It seems the older I'm getting, the worse I'm getting with it. Like I'm struggling, but I think it's because I'm going to a lot worse areas. Side murders, but when I had my face done, it's always been off the back of having like 7 hours done. So I've had 7 hours somewhere else. Yeah. And then I'm like, do my face, like put it on there because that is killing me. So the head was all right, just rattled a bit. Throat wasn't too bad.
Where is it? Is it worse where there's like fatty bits, or is it worse where it's like straight on the bone?
It's different sort of. Have you got any?
No.
None at all.
Zero.
Do you not fancy it? Like,
I wouldn't dare. I hate needles. I hate needles.
Yeah, they're not like. Yeah, I don't like getting my bloods taken out really, but
no,
I don't mind. I don't mind a tattoo needle.
I had to have a lot of them for a hair transplant, and that was possibly the worst experience of my life.
What's the procedure for a hair transplant?
Well, they take grafts with something that looks like a needle out the back of your head.
Yeah,
and they took almost 4,000 grafts.
Fucking hell, man! That sounds horrible.
Out the back, and then put it in the front.
Fuck me.
Yeah. But you hate needles.
But I hate needles. So yeah, and the thing is, we've covered this, but like,
yeah, to be fair, I've heard you talk about
when you don't like needles, it's awful. I
bet it is.
When you get your jabs at 16,
yeah, I
had it near my 16th birthday, just after, or just before, whatever it was, and like the whole day, I'll never forget it. Whole day at school. Got that jab later. You're hard as nails. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Like, I'm telling myself, don't worry, all day. So I'm like, my brain's telling my body, don't worry about it, because that's what I'm telling myself. And I get there, I sit down, nurse goes, you all right? Yeah. So she puts it in. I'm like, oh, that wasn't so bad. Stood up, gone. Yeah, passed out. Yeah. So it must have been I was getting so worked up about it.
Yeah,
I'll be fine.
The adrenaline's rushing, isn't it?
The adrenaline just, and then obviously I've just stood up too. And then next minute she's like wafting me on getting me some air on the bed with some cancer leaflet.
Wrapping a blue paper towel up. That's what you used to do in school, wasn't it? If your arm had snapped off, put a blue paper towel on it, you'd be fine. You'd be sound.
Blue roll.
Yeah, my head's hanging off, you'd be all right. Just glue it up.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. It's all changed now.
Yeah, I'm not too, but yeah. I don't. It's not that I don't like needles. It's tattooing's different, but the pain is. It's different for everyone. I can only say it's like having sunburn really badly, but yeah, it hurts on the bony bits sometimes. But the head was fine.
I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, it just rattled a bit. I had an headache for a while, but it wasn't like there's some bits where you're like you can't sit through it at all. But get them done. Mind you, you're quite. Have you got tattoos? You have tattoos? Yeah, Ben.
No.
So you three are probably like in the 1% of the UK that doesn't have a tattoo now, because they're that common.
I know.
It's more rare not to have them.
It was like the sleeves, wasn't it? Everybody wanted a sleeve.
Yeah. Like my brother used to, Daryl, he used to ridicule me. He was like, why have you got them on your hand? Why have you got them on your finger, you idiot? You idiot. And he's gone and got a fucking half sleeve now, and he's got it on his hand as well. I went, you hypocrite. You absolute hypocrite. But
no, I always look like, some of them look really cool, but I just think on me, plus I'm scared of needles anyway. I just don't think they'd look right. I just think I'd look.
My brother's
like
the same. Like he doesn't. It looks all right on him, but he doesn't suit him.
Yeah.
Like
no,
I wouldn't have thought he'd have ever gone for one.
No,
and when he did, I was like, "Fucking hell, ballsy, fair play."
Yeah, I'll get like what is it like the gang members get in London? They got like a teardrop.
Yeah.
Next time you see Louis,
they say I messed up with that.
How many have you killed? That's what it means. Oh.
Well, I got the cut through, and then I was sat in the barber's when I'd had it done. And it was like,
"Oh, you're barber then?"
Yeah. Literally, it was like, "Do you want to cut my hair?" After I was like, "What are you on about?" He went, "You're a barber," obviously in a Turkish accent. He was like, "You a barber?" I was like, No. He was like, "What? What's the tattoo for?" I was like, "I just thought it was cool." That's literally it. I just thought it looked cool.
Yeah. Because at first, when you look at it, it does look like a pistol. Like,
I've had an upside down mustache and everything. Loads of people took piss saying, "What actually is it?" I was like, "It looks like a cutthroat razor." And they were like, "Oh, I thought it was a mustache upside on its side." I was like,
"Brilliant!
Why would I get that?"
Because you do.
Exactly. Yeah, fucking mental.
A mustache where your mustache is, or getting like one of them, like an eyebrow. But if you got an eyebrow, that's just an eyebrow. Bizarre. Bizarre. Well, we've got some questions. Cohen asks, "How is your Dutch coming along?"
Terrible. I can say a lot of words, but I can't string a sentence together.
Where's that from? Why are you learning Dutch?
My moot are a Dutch company.
Yeah.
And I wanted to learn Dutch, so if Dutch ever came over and worked with us, if they're ever slagging me off, I know what they'd be saying to me.
That's a good idea.
Well, that's the thing. We have covered. No.
That's not the real reason. But I did think afterwards when I was doing it, I was like, "But yeah, that'd come in handy." That when I've done something wrong, they were like, "These fucking idiots."
Yeah.
But no, I've just always wanted to learn a language, and I thought my moot would be in a Dutch company. That might be the one that comes
Yeah.
Useful.
Yeah, but it's very hard.
Is it?
Yeah. I think language in general is hard.
I you know what? I never got on with languages at school.
No, I hated it.
When David came on some weeks ago, he was talking about that for saying certain words, there's 3 different ways you can sometimes say it. It's like is there a masculine way?
Yeah, it's different in Dutch. Like there's not really, it's different, but I watched it with Dave and I can't believe he speaks fluent. Fluent, like it's crazy. His accent is that strong as well. Rochdale is like, and then he goes into French. You think, he just doesn't sound right. Mental.
No,
but I'd hope to be like that eventually. But I'm not getting on very well with it. Like it's solid.
Yeah, no, I found it fascinating when he's pulled up. He was ringing a French truck stop. I think he was ringing to see if they were open. And I was expecting him to just ring them in English, and he busts out in like perfect. I was like, "What? What? Yeah, this guy from Manchester. Like, no, this is not right."
Yeah, it's class. Like it just doesn't sound right. But fair play to him though.
I'd love to learn. Like it's difficult because we don't. The problem is with us, we don't need it. No, that's the issue. If we were forcing the point where we needed it,
exactly. I found that I was always on my phone obviously everyone's on the phones all the time now, and I thought, is there something I can do when I'm on my phone that's actually like productive?
Yeah,
I've got that Duolingo app. I just sit on that 15 minutes, and it does go in. It's just they do everything like it's always backwards. So how we say a sentence, theirs will be like backwards, and they'll put words that are in the middle rather than at the end, it's just a fucking nightmare. You need people to talk to. So luckily on Instagram, I've got people that are Dutch that I try and talk to them in Dutch, but it's still not coming along great. Like I'm like a year into it now. I've nearly got a year streak though. So on the Duolingo, you've got to do it every day. It's like literally, I could have got in pissed up and be laid in bed, and I'll have to be like, "You've not done your Duolingo." I'm like, "Oh fuck!" I'm like hammered, trying to like. Do the words like thingy while I'm pissed. Like, I need to get the streak. Need to keep the streak. But it's not going well. It's not going well.
My little brother from school, I don't know why he's done this obsession. It's like he's Spanish, but he is weird. Like he's got an obsession with Spain. He wants to move to Spain and everything, but he through school and Duolingo, his Spanish is like unreal. So I took him and my other brother to Barcelona. He would have been 16, 18, and they'd like look at me to order, being the adult. And I'd just look at this 16-year-old like, go on then. Go on then, if you speak Spanish, go on.
It's time to shine.
Yeah. So
I don't think you think it's going to be useful when you're in high school, because I never did when German and French and that. I thought, why do I need to learn this? But I wish I had done that, to be honest. But
well, Jaltest is a Spanish product, so Spanish would be handy for us, but they all speak English. So again, it makes you lazy.
Do you know what? I think it's how Jack pronounces it, Jack Spanners, because I think it says Jaltest. I thought it was like a jail test meal. I was like, what is Jaltest?
Yeah, so many people do put Jaltest.
I think it's how he pronounces it.
It's been called all sorts over the years, hasn't it?
Jaltester.
Can you get the Jaltester out?
The
what?
The Jaltester.
Jaltest.
We've got another question. Daniel asks, what is the best job you've ever had the chance to lift?
The best job I've ever had to lift. I'll say it as like the best job I've been on. Okay. Maybe not as a lift. Wimbledon, believe it or not. Yeah.
Oh, really?
We were doing the, not the centre court. What's the court after that? Is it court 1? They call it court 1. I'm not big on tennis.
I'm not a massive. I like tennis, but I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
You got centre court, and then I wouldn't know.
The one after that basically, there was putting the retractable roof on that. So I worked on there for a few months. Yeah. That was good. Yeah. It was me just walking around Wimbledon. Yeah.
It's a bit mad how when they close the roof, that can affect the players. Do you remember when Andy Murray was playing Federer and they closed the roof like, oh God, he's so good when the roof's closed. What are you on about?
Like the wind or what?
I don't know. I don't understand how roof closed, roof open affects your play.
Was that the commentator was saying that?
Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure this will favour Federer now.
Maybe it's black.
Hey, walking the lights up the roof.
He plays better indoors.
Try to turn the lights on.
Yeah, I think that's, to be honest, it's the only time I ever watched tennis is when Wimbledon's on, really. But that's why I liked it. I'm not a massive tennis fan, but it was just mad being at Wimbledon and being a part of putting the roof on and stuff like that. Yeah, it was class.
I would like to do Wimbledon. I did a school trip there many years ago, but I would like to do it just for the sake of putting a suit on and some proper nice shades.
I wouldn't mind going. I bet it's expensive though.
Yeah,
I want to find how much the ticket would be.
But it would be good, because when you get in, one thing I will say about tennis is if you really get into one of them through the tournament, it's good. Like you do get proper into it.
Yeah. It's not really anything like I do follow football, but I've fallen out of it a little bit, to be honest. But when the Euros or the World Cup's on, it just gets everyone just, even when they don't like football, they're just obsessed with it.
Who do you support?
England.
Not the Euros, it's your club.
Liverpool.
Yes, for Liverpool fan,
Liverpool, My mum's a Scouser, so I've sort
you have to, otherwise.
My dad really didn't like. My dad hates football, so I always grew up with my mum's side at family football, and they're all Scouts basically. So it's just Liverpool through and through.
And they do like their football. It's a religion.
Yeah. Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, I've been a few times as well. I tend not to go now because one, you can't get a ticket, and two, when you do get a ticket, it's like 300 quid. It's like, how do they charge this kind of stuff? Like people that are going, it's mental. Like
I went with a friend, and he was like, and I knew obviously Anfield. It's always going to be good. But we were in the Cop when a couple of years ago when Liverpool beat Watford 5-1.
Yeah.
Van Dijk just had an insane game. The atmosphere is incredible.
It is class, I must admit. It's brilliant. I've always wanted to take our lass, but she don't really like football either.
No.
We don't mind rugby. Rugby's a better game to go for. It's cheaper for one. Like being Yorkshire, I'm tight as out. So rugby's a lot cheaper. They're literally down road from where I live.
Less trouble.
Yeah, less trouble.
Yeah.
It's a good day out rugby, to be honest, but it's not very well. Is there any rugby team down? It's like the spine across from Hull to Liverpool, St Helens and that, all across that spine.
And the Welsh
is
love it as well,
Welsh to be fair. It's league I like better than Union. Union's a bit of a posh boys game. So they say anyway, England and the World Cup and stuff. But not really a big football fan.
No.
Falling out of it.
No, same. AD Building Solutions asked, what qualifications do you need to become a crane operator? I think we've briefly covered that.
You need your CPCS. I can't remember what this abbreviated for. Is it Construction Plant Competency Scheme? I think it is. CPCS.
We'll put it on screen.
Yeah.
Well done, Jamie.
CPCS ticket. I think it's an A60 you need. To do the course, you'll need your CSCS health and safety card, which is like 50 questions, multiple choice. Basically completely irrelevant to what you need, but you need it.
Sounds right.
Yeah, you need it for the basic site.
Yeah.
It's like what colour's a cream coloured fire extinguisher and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I think it's foam.
Yeah.
It might be powder though, I can't remember. I never remember. They're always the ones that get me as a fire extinguisher question. An A60 CPCS ticket, it's normally like a 2-week course. Once you get your red card, you'll have 2 years to do an MVQ then, which is basically just gathering evidence to say that you are, because your red ticket's like trained operator, and then blue card's like competent, they call it competent operator. So you get 2 years to do an MVQ. Before. Yeah, it's weird. It's like most things are like that though, like your driving test and everything. They're just passing. You're just passing the test, aren't you?
Then you learn to drive.
Then they're saying that 2 years you've got to do your MVQs, gathering your experience sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
And that's probably the sensible way to do it, because when you pass your driving test for your car, then you learn.
Yeah, 100%.
I remember the first time I drove without someone flipping it.
Yeah.
Roundabout? Why do I have to stop for a roundabout?
100%. It's just they are a big money scheme as well. They're just way to make money out of people. You've got to renew them every 5 years, and it's just a fucking nightmare. The card scheme is a nightmare for it's same for any sort of machine operator, dumper driver. Just the card scheme is just a nightmare.
Have you got to pay for them yourself? Or?
Yeah. Right. I can't remember how much it is actually, to be honest. It's not expensive to renew it, but the course itself can be 2.5 to 4.5 grand for.
That's what I don't get with mechanics either. Mechanics have to buy their own tools. What?
Yeah, it's
just
mad,
find that bonkers.
Yeah. Is there an actual course for a mechanic? I don't think you have
to be, but there are.
I think there is
MVQs, level.
But do you get a card at the end of it? So
no,
you do. Or is it just like a certificate? Yeah,
I presume you get something from college.
Yeah.
It's not a necessity though, is it? It's not. You must have that.
It's sort of like word of thingy. He's a shit mechanic, and they don't ask for his tickets. Whereas our thing is more like if someone comes on site like health and safety man, they're like, "I need to see your tickets, right? You get your tickets out right now."
You could have completely screwed. They could have asked any of those 50 questions. You get 49 of them wrong. I've got my card.
Yeah. I've still got my ticket. You sound like, yep, no bother.
What we got next?
So a lot of safety ones, basically.
I think we've covered some of this already, but Scoopergram asks, how do you get into the industry? So obviously that was your dad.
Yeah.
But any advice for youngsters leaving school either operating or rigging?
Yeah. So start off if you want to get your slinger banksman ticket. Again, you'll need your health and safety card.
Yeah.
50 questions, 5
You're really trying to sell these today, aren't you?
No, because I just like to get it in there. I like to get it in there because it's like a lot of people either like...
We'll miss it.
Yeah, you need to get that before you can do your tests for your rigging or whatever. Then I'd recommend getting your slinger banksman ticket and then getting some experience outside the crane first. If it's not essential, you don't have to. You can go straight for your crane ticket if you want, but I'd recommend getting a slinger banksman, getting some experience outside the crane and going for a small local firm because there'll be more chance of being like, right, let's throw him in a crane or whatever. And that's the way I'd do it anyway. Well, that's the way I did it.
Well, that's it. And when you are operating it, you'll understand what it's like to be the people that are outside the crane.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That experience outside the crane, you can pull it, you can take it in when you sat in the crane then, and it's invaluable. Yeah. Is that the word? Invaluable?
Invaluable, yeah.
It's invaluable.
You know what to look for. You know
100%. That's it, yeah.
Mighty for green. I presume that's the money. What's the to be fair, Suits' question as well. What's the average salary for your job, i.e. crane operator, I assume?
This is like one of the most thingied questions I get all the time in my inbox as well, really. It varies so much. There's so many different variables.
What you're driving, what you're lifting, so where you're doing it.
You'll find most crane companies pay like 8 hours single time, and then after that it's time and a half, and then after 12 hours it's like double time. Yeah. Or 10 hours, sorry. You're on double time. So a rough figure, you could earn anywhere between, I don't know, 35k to 100k a year. Yeah. I don't want to put a figure on it. If he wants me to tell me what I'm not telling him what I'm
on your hours as well, doesn't it?
100%. Like, don't get me wrong. If you're earning the top end, like if you're 90 to 100k a year, you're doing
silly hours.
You're doing 90 odd hours a week. Wow. Like
that's some hours.
100%. Yeah. Easy. You could do more than that if you wanted to, but there's a lot of Mammut are very thingy on hours. To be honest, they're really good. If you ring Mammut up and like, look, I can't wait, I'm knackered. They'll be like, yep, no worries, shut it down.
Yeah, it's their safety.
Yeah, they will back you 100% move like that. They're really good.
You need that.
There is other companies where you're like, they'll be like, you need to plow on. Yeah. I've been driving for 10 hours here and I need to rig the crane when I get there. Yeah. And you're on day, night. So yeah, I
suppose that stems on to the next question really. 973 Wesley asks, what's it like to work for Mammut? So they're a good company.
Cracking company. Yeah. Cracking. Really good. They're, I can't fault them enough, to be honest. They've supported me loads, not just with the online. They've put me through my crawler ticket, tower crane ticket. I can't thank them enough. And with the online stuff, they've backed me. Holland absolutely love it. They're obsessed. They're like, we need more videos from the Cranebrain.
That's good. Oh, nice.
Cranebrain. So they're really behind it as well. I think they're trying to see how good social, because loads of companies hate it and they don't like stuff being on, but they're like
videos on site as well. It's usually
it is a bit of a dodgy thing, but they're like, if you keep showing the good side of it and like how it can really be good for the business sort of thing. So I can see, fair play to them for letting me just have free reign, really.
Mammut ambassador.
Yeah, it's class. Love it.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Crane Mick, on topic there, isn't it? Do you think you do too many site inductions in the industry, which I'm sick of them?
100%. They're always the same as well. Yeah. And then when they start, they always start the thing like, oh, you probably do hundreds of these, don't you? And it's like, yeah, we do. And then you'd think by saying that, it just slim it down, dumb it down, or just shorten it.
Here's your 30 pages.
Yeah, rather than it's like, you probably do hundreds of these. What we're going to do, we've got a 3-hour induction now that I'm going to slog through. I was like, mate, this is soul destroying. Yeah, they're always the same.
They should just have, for different sites that you go on, because there can't be that many. I appreciate every site has its own little quirks that you need to know, but there should just be one baseline that you do. Yeah. Bit like with your health and safety, your course that you do every year, 5 years or whatever.
100%.
And that'd be that.
We're finding it more and more now is online. So before you go on a job, they'll send you an online thing that you have to do and watch a video and stuff like that. It'll be like 2 weeks before you. The thing is with them though, you watch them and then you're skipping through them.
Of course you are.
You're like,
half of the ones don't let you skip them. So you're like, you're trying to skip and you're like, nope, you have to watch this complete video. And it's like, so there's a guy that's like keeps saying, like the chemicals in the thing. I was like, I'm not even going to the chemical plant bit. No. It's like it's the other side of site. It's nowhere near it. So shut up.
And then it gets to the end of the video. You've waited 4 minutes 55 seconds. Yeah. The last 5 seconds they ask you the question and you're on X.
Yeah. Oh, you're like, I should have been listening.
There's no way to rewind, just play again. 5 minutes. So the chemicals on this site.
You're like, oh shit.
Do you know what? It happened to me. I went to a site, I think it was a demo site somewhere down south. Maybe watch a video, and then they asked me, it was 3 questions after the video.
Yeah.
Obviously, I wasn't watching it. I was just there. I was thinking, oh my God, I actually don't know the answer to this question. So then I had to just flip this answer. I got through.
No, sometimes I've had ones where they failed and like, you can't, there's no retry. There's no retry thing. I was like, like shit. Like one moment it was like, oh, you won't be able to come on then. And I was like, you're fucking joking me out here. I was like, and then they ended up saying, well, we'll sort it out. Like, nobody listens to the something. Inductions are shit. They're stupid, man. They've made them a bit more entertaining or
soul destroying.
Yeah. Use your common sense. Don't
exactly,
do anything stupid.
100%. I get like, if
do
there's
this
a couple
before
of
you can start work.
Yeah, I know. I know. The shite. It's the way we're going, unfortunately, though, isn't it? Another 10 years, it'd be even worse.
Yeah. 5 people to get one person to do their job, or 5 people to stop one person doing their job.
To watch that person working, and then
nightmare.
What else we got? Again, I think we've covered some of this, but Simon asks, what's the work-life balance like on the road?
With Mammut, not bad. They tend to get you home quite a bit, which is good. But there's some other companies in the UK that can be like, you'd be away for weeks and weeks on end. But my work-life balance is fairly good. I'd like to be home a little bit more now, but I'm still getting home a fair bit. It is tough being away. It's a lot of people say it's like a single man's game because you can be away for you need a strong woman basically if you're going to be away from work. If you're going to be away with work and that, you need a strong, like our lass is an absolute diamond. But if you don't got a woman like that by your side, then you fucking cause you a world of nightmare, a world of pain.
That's a bit similar with my missus. My missus is a bit like, well, that's one person to look after, basically. Just get out.
No, you've got to have a good strong woman behind you. Like she's amazing.
I won't even be in the way, but like when she wants to clean the house or whatever, she wants to do a deep clean. Like she's just obsessed with it. It's not even that. I'll just be on PlayStation or just watching the telly or whatever. Like, and I have to get out the way. Yeah. But you're not even in the same room as me. I know, but you're just annoying.
I think that's why it works without me and our last being away. We get on top of it, like we get under each other's feet after like a couple of weeks. It's like I'm ready to go away for a week now and then come back. That'd be nice.
You'll miss me then.
The balance is good. I can't complain with the balance. No, it's a good. I can't really complain.
There's a good question here. Arthur asks, what's your biggest ambition in work and in life in general? And then a little caveat from me, I suppose, is like, where do you see yourself in the next 5-10 years?
Biggest ambition, I'd say I've been on bit like the heavy cranes has been the biggest, I suppose. I don't think I'd like to go on. There's another crane in Moot called the Focus 30. It's like a 3,000 ton pedestal crane that builds itself upwards instead of horizontally. Right. I won't mind going on that. I won't mind having a operator, that sort of thing, as far as my Moot goes. But in 5 years' time, 10 years' time, I don't want to be in this country. I don't think.
No. Oh, really?
I think I want to be out of here and somewhere else.
Good on you.
I think Australia. I think it's obviously that's where I wouldn't mind working. Like, but
quite a few of my mates have either done it or are going again or want to go.
Yeah,
and all rave about it.
When I was a kid, I emigrated to New Zealand. Like,
did you?
My mum and dad just fucked off with me and just went, we're going.
I thought, sorry, I'll go to New Zealand now.
Just one day we're like literally sold house and everything.
They went to Newcastle, to go to New Zealand.
They just sold house and just went.
Yeah.
We just flew over there on I think it was a holiday visa, and then my dad ended up getting a job literally landed the day after he got a job.
No way.
And the guy sponsored him, and just due to family, like my great grand died, and my mum went back for the funeral, and then just shit like that. Sort of didn't really want the right time. No, they're kicking themselves now, like you know what I mean. They'd be like, "Fuck man, we should have stayed out there." Yeah,
stunning.
Oh, it was unreal. Yeah, brilliant. It was in Rotorua we lived. Right. I don't know if you were probably not familiar. Yeah, North Island. But yeah, it was beautiful, fucking amazing.
I just know it's stunning because of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
I didn't realise, but it's literally just New Zealand has such like a wide variety of. They've got snowy mountains.
Yeah, it's weird. It's
deserts,
strange.
Bizarre.
Where we were was like it was like the UK. It's weird because it was like the UK. The weather wasn't really hot, but it pissed it down and stuff as well. But like the scenery is just stunning. Like. But the UK is stunning though. If you go to some places in the UK, because you always live there.
Yeah, of course.
You don't visit some. You forget in Scotland and that. You go for like the Glencoe and stuff.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, how is this up here?
Yeah.
Like,
do you know what? As much as it is a drive, especially for us here, but it's well worth it.
Oh,
some of the sites
unbelievable. Scotland is beautiful. Like, I love Scotland,
and we have got some history as well, so that's nice to appreciate that.
True.
Patrick asks, how would you compare 1650 and 750 in terms of systems or preference? So is that that's
so the 650 is the Liebherr 650, and the 750 is what I'm on. I've been factory inducted on the 650. I prefer the 750 all day long. It's just a 750 or nothing, to be honest. It's the best crane ever. Yeah. I just love it, man.
Is that down to more weight or the actual systems?
No,
it's based on.
I think
the massaging seat.
Yeah, the luffer on the 650 is it's a good system. What they've done with it, they've changed a little bit of it. It's hard to speak to people and explain because they're probably thinking Luffer, what the fuck's that? So they've changed that. Yeah. I do like that how they've done it. They made it a lot more safer, but still for me, the 750, everything about it's just better.
And everyone who's not a crane nerd has just gone fluffer.
Yeah, a fluffer. A luffer, basically, the long and short of it is if you want to go up a bit, like if you go in height and then reach out. So if you were just on main boom, you've got a side of a building. You'd eventually get to there and you'd clash. So a luffer would stop it, so you go up and then
across.
That's basically cool.
There you go. Next,
that's the long and short of it. Like
it's one of those things where you're in the car and the mist, you go, "What's a luffer that?"
yeah.
Thanks.
Well, that's what I do with the missus all the time. It's like you drive past stuff and you're like, "Yep, I put that up." Yeah, it's all the time. Just constantly like one of them. Constantly, yep, I built that. I mean, and then if you get in car with my dad. Yeah. Both of us, like if we go on a holiday, like a family holiday, we'll be driving that motor. It's like, see that bridge over there, son? I put that up.
Oh, that's cool.
And then it's like me doing that with our lass. It's like
it's a running joke between me and Ben because obviously our dad, wherever we go in the country, it's like I've sold to them. Yeah, sold to them.
It's mad, like it's mental here. Yeah. It's class. Yeah. It's quality. I love it.
Anything else you wanna cover, mate? What's your plans? Are you off now?
I've just took the day off today. Yeah.
Oh, you haven't got like some time off because I saw your story yesterday. I thought because you're free, I thought maybe you got some time off.
No, I just took the day off today. I don't know what's happening tomorrow. I might be chilling tomorrow as well. To be honest,
depending on what's happening with your crane, I suppose.
Yeah.
And that is yours then, is it? So that not yours. I get it.
Yeah, like the company owns it. I'm on the machine all the time. Right, okay. Basically, there's me and Neil on the machine. Mm-hmm. We do everything with it like 50-50 because everyone's like, oh, what do you do with it? Like. We just take it in turns. If Neil fancies driving crane one day out, he will. And
that's
then,
quite cool.
Yeah, and then I'll drive the van and then vice versa on the road. And then whoever wants to operate it will just flip a coin or just whoever fancies doing it that day.
Yeah, because I suppose it's the same with HGV, drivers and stuff. People like to have the same truck because it's their space. Yeah. It stops someone coming in the day before and going, right, I'll make a mess of that, leave that in there and leave it a complete, mess. Who's been in it and you keep it clean.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that helps. You get on the smaller ones and you've got people jumping in and out of the same machine. Nobody has
any respect,
sort of takes the pride, in keeping it maintained and clean and stuff like that. So it's good to have just the two of us on it. Don't get me wrong, if anyone wanted to jump in it and have a go, I'd fucking be like, fill your boots. Definitely, yeah. 100% if you fancy it, like.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you in it on road.
If there's a little bit of paperwork that says "not my problem" if this is or
the insurance you're going
or the local supermarket falls down.
I'd love to see you in it. Actually, that'd be hilarious.
Oh no,
class.
No. It's a problem. I think with sometimes in my job, it's overconfidence or impatience.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Or lapse of concentration.
Yeah. Complacency is a big thing.
Complete spoon.
Yeah.
Oh, just killed a small dog and there's a curb and well, a little bit. But Paul's. But have you ever tried being a sky hermit?
That's tower cranes. Yeah. That's what I call people that work in tower. I have been a tower crane operator for a bit. Yeah, not my cup of tea.
What's the tallest?
It was only a 20-meter tower. It was nothing really. We was lifting into a hole, so it was like 60 meters below. So the tower wasn't that high, but the platform it was on when you were looking down, it
60
was.
meters.
But
Got you.
I don't like them.
No,
it's the work's boring and it's like
sat there all day.
Same old stuff, roof sheets.
Just a bit repetitive.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. Basically, the long and short of it's just 50 lifts of just rebar or skipping concrete or
Sky Hermit.
Yeah. They're up in the sky out there all the time. Sky Hermit, like they probably hate me for saying that. But tower crane's not for me. No. Not a big fan. No. That's all. Mobiles are the best.
Fair enough. There you go. Mobiles the best, boys and girls.
Crawlers as well, but mobiles.
Crawlers are the best.
I'm very indecisive. I don't want to get caught. Like if people come at me now, if I'm trying to pick, I don't want to pick a side. Like just cranes in general are mint. Yeah. Cranes in general are good.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, mate.
No problem. Thanks for having me anyway. I appreciate it. Very much.
Thanks for joining us.
Appreciate it.
Well, if you've enjoyed this episode with Connor, make sure to like, comment and subscribe and let us know who you want on Talkin Shop next.